there guys, my name is Modstep and welcome to Heroes of the Storm. Now this is going to officially be our first gameplay after doing our rank placements. Unfortunately, we only made it to Silver 1 right out of the gate. That's okay, we'll talk about that some other time. However, I have two new things. First, yes, look at my haircut. It's glorious. I just got a haircut today. It feels so wonderful. And two, but most importantly, look at this. This little beautiful piece of kitty cat is absolutely adorable. And on that note, we're gonna be playing some Stukov, the most adorable champion, and not really. So Stukov is the most recent addition to Heroes of the Storm champion pool. He is a melee support class that has some interesting abilities. We'll go ahead and talk about those more once we get into the game. So I'll see you guys when we jump into the Nexus. Who knows what map we're gonna play? Okay, boys, girls, and squirrels, we are gonna find ourselves on the haunted mine shaft on today's game. We're gonna go ahead and ping and let our team know we're going down here. So on the friendly team, we have Avala, Joanna, Murky, Nova, and Stukov. On the enemy team, oh, what a coinkydink, Stukov, Sonya, Genji, Liming, and Diablo. So one thing that I will say about my one game with Stukov is I would compare how he heals very, very similarly to how you're gonna see Malfurion healers play, as it is a lot of that damage over time. So they pair best with people like Joanna, who can shield themselves to kind of mitigate some of that initial damage, and you can kind of pick up the slack from there. At level 1, I have found that Growing Infestation has been our most useful talent, and my ear is having issues. Growing Infestation is our best level 1 talent. So before this game totally ramps up into Crazy Town, we're going to go ahead and give you an explanation of abilities. You have Healing Pathogen. What that does, it is a kind of a point and click ability where you can target a friendly player, you or anybody on your team. That's going to allow you to heal over time. Your second ability, which is Weighted Pustule, is going to be a skill shot ability, which when it hits enemy team, it is going to, 1, reduce their movement speed from 5% increasing to 50 all the way up till kind of your max potential, and 2, it's going to create some damage ability. And then we're going to have our third ability, Lurking Arm, which is kind of this AoE effect that silences and damages everything in that area. And with the skin, it makes him look kind of like a Kraken, which is amazing. So those are kind of your three main abilities. Your second one, as you can see here, it highlights when we put on one of our two abilities, whether that's friendly or enemy. And what that does is when we hit that kill switch, it is going to instantly trigger and heal for a significant amount of health, if you're talking friendly, or it's going to deal an extra damage and apply an instant slow on the enemy team. So it's one of those abilities where if you balance it correctly, it can really have a huge impact on the tide of battle. Woo! Careful, my friends. I love you, but please be careful. I am not a burst healer. I got every 15 seconds I can give you a decent heal. Shooby-da-bye, you're gone, baby girl. I love you. Should have seen that one coming. Should have seen that one coming. And one cool thing to note about this character is outside of having to, for instance, put Rejuvenate on every champion you work with as a Malfurion player, it spreads by itself to those if they are close enough and in range. So he's kind of a very unique playstyle when it comes to your support characters. I don't know what we're going to do here, but I'm going to go ahead and rotate back. We're going to ping that we're coming in this side door. And we do have our level 4 talent. So far, I've been a huge fan of Biotic Armor, and they do have a lot of melee damage, so that's not a bad talent. What that's going to do is, when we apply our heal over time, it will also grant a certain amount of armor to those who have that effect on them. Oh, baby girl. I loved you once, and now you're dead. Now you're dead. Oh, boy. Just about wasted my heal there. Okay, let's see. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, baby girl. Just stay careful. There we go. That's a nice pick. And Dunzo. Not Dunzo. Okay, didn't expect that to be what happened there. We're going to go ahead and rotate back up. Oh, no! So one thing to keep in mind, one of the reasons this character's probably, you know, trying to run away from me is Stukov does have, I believe, the highest auto attack damage in the entirety of the game. He does have, I believe, the slowest attack speed as well. But at level 5, we are already hitting 300s, which is absolutely insane damage-wise. That's okay. I don't foresee them having any type of talents that'll be able to ping Stukov as an assassin anytime soon. We're just gonna be careful here. We're gonna hit all the postules at the same time and watch her die. Good job, Joanna. We had a nice little body block setup going on there. Get some weighted postules off. Didn't even have to right there. We can go ahead and take this, and that'll give us a huge advantage. I really like that once you get towards a little bit higher level, what is it, our level 13 talent? No. Oh, it's level 16. Once you hit level 16, your healing pathogen actually can bounce back and forth indefinitely. So what that means is we can use our heal once, and potentially if our team plays their cards right, we won't ever have to essentially re-queue. Get him! Yes! I love it. It's the little things in life, right, guys? It's the little things. We're going to want to go ahead and rotate in here. I'm not too worried about pushing, but if we can capitalize on this, that would be wonderful. We do have our level 7 talent, and I thought I was going to get some rotation here, so we are dead. Well, that was not as cool as I thought it was going to be. We should have contested. I should have pinged. That was my fault. I will take that. That was my bad. That being said, we do run into our level 7 talent, and so far I've had the best luck with the ability called Within My Reach. What that does is that increases the range of our lurking arm pretty considerably, excuse me. That way we can harass from a longer range, and we're safer, since we do have a slightly squishy body on Stukov. Get those healing pathogens off, get a slow on Diablo. Get him. So we definitely didn't need to lose this fort, as if our team just would have rotated, we should have been able to pick this up and defend all at the same time. And I lost my crap right there. That's okay. I'm going to be able to get an auto attack off on him. Show him who's boss. Here we go. Rotate. Oh, baby! That's what I'm talking about. That auto attack damage is absolutely nuts. We're already almost hitting 400s, and we're only level 9. Let's go ahead and do this. Come on, friends. Hello. I'll tank this. I'm okay with that. Like, we can help do camps. Like, that's the one interesting thing about Stukov that I'm excited to play with. Now, one thing I wanted to try to work with a little bit before I explain why we're taking that ability. One thing I wanted to try is at level 1 going with your spine launcher, which allows us to have a ranged attack. It does reduce our damage, so we'd be doing significantly less damage than we do now. However, it would allow me to be ranged. So anyways, at level 10, we went ahead and went with Massive Shove instead of Flailing Swipe. So Flailing Swipe is your first ultimate ability, and what that does is it gives you essentially 3 swipes, pushing back all the enemies every time you swipe. And then you have Massive Shove, and what that allows you to do is push an enemy until they collide into something, and I was hoping we'd get a nice stun there. And when they do collide with that object or wall, they will take extra damages. Get them, boys! Get out of here! No! That was great flip. Great flip, Diablo. There you go. That's not bad. That's okay. That's okay. We got the wall down. We should have retreated a little earlier, but I think we'll be able to get away from this one. Oh no! That's what I was talking about anyways. You can kind of just go indefinitely. Sad. Sad. I'm sad that she had to die, but it's okay. We'll go ahead and rotate up here and ping, let them know we are on our way. Looks like our siege minions are doing work on this bottom fort, which is wonderful. We do have the mines opening up in another 20 seconds there. Like I was saying before, you always want to play team compositions that allow Stukov to kind of play to his fullest. Usually melee heavy compositions are where I really see Stukov shine, as you can really keep everybody healed up. Diablo is so done. There we go. We'll use our kill switch to go ahead and get that last little set of damage on him. And that's kind of a fun, unique ability, having that bio kill switch where you have your heals and your weighted pustules all on the same, essentially, cooldown. We'll go ahead and get a silence off here. There we go. There we go. We'll rotate, get some auto attacks. So that's one thing that's going to be really good as Stukov players, is the fact that you might have some ADCs and ranged carries try to jump in on you as Stukov. And since you do so much damage, they might lose track of or lose sight essentially of the idea that you really can do anything you want to them. Oh no! Fortunately, it's only got a shorter cooldown. Go ahead and try to get everybody healed back up. Shooby-doo-bah. That's okay. Let's take this. Be able to essentially two-hit these guys. Oh, will I make it, though? That is the question. There we go. We'll get the heals off. There we go. Good to go. Didn't need to be this close, but that's okay. You know what? We're Stukov. Got it! Okay, Flea and Terror. We were in a very bad spot there. Okay. Well, that's great. So we're going to go ahead and go with Lingering Spines here. Once again, we are kind of looking for that. We are looking to kind of buff our Lurking Arm ability, excuse me. As that's going to give us a lot of CC. And a lot of it's going to be centered around stopping the Lei Ming here, which I haven't been doing such a very good job at. But we can improve. That's okay. We noticed that we're doing something bad. We'll go ahead and jump up here. Ooh, never mind. Looks like Murky's going to grab that. Since we do have advantage, we can go ahead and push these guys back. All top. What's that? Genji nerf, yes. I should say I would like to have this all top, as we'll be able to kill this guy pretty quickly. There you go, Murky. Oh boy! Yep, Devin down. Woo! Get the heal, sippy cup! Holy moly! Oh my Lanta! We'll go ahead. I was hoping that our team was able to take him down a little quicker than that, honestly. What I was doing was I was having my Lurking Arm out here, as that would force them to rotate out, especially with Lei Ming. That was right at the peak of her range for those damaging abilities, so she would have to rotate out of position, essentially, to try to damage us. There you go. We got this, team. There you go. Well, the cleanup squad. We got that. Our Nova should be able to jump out of there pretty quick. Catch up with her once her speed boosts. Yep, it is what it is. This guy, I foresee taking down at least the wall. We'll go ahead and rotate back up top with these guys, because we'll be able to contest this keep while they have to defend. Otherwise, we get both. Whew. I've been having a lot of fun on Stukov in the only 2 games that I've played with him. Mainly because he's so different from the rest of the supports that are in the game. So at level 16, once again, we're going to go ahead and get the Universal Carrier ability. What that allows us to do is continually spread our healing, so we can keep popping back and forth, especially in those team fight situations. You don't have to wait for that 10-second cooldown. We'll go ahead and get an auto attack off here. And as long as she stays within our range, we'll be able to just pass this back and forth, as you guys can see, which is wonderful. I think that's one of my favorite things, because the cooldowns are always an issue. Oh, get him. Oh, didn't expect that one, did you? And if we play this safe, you can get in that melee range as a Stukov player and really do some extra damage. We'll push him off. That way our Joanna can survive. Woo, baby. Woo, baby. Saw that one coming. That's the hard part that I have to figure out yet on Stukov is, when do you back out? When is your obviously, if you die, it's not worth it. But what is that tilting point when it becomes more beneficial for you to damage and keep your Universal Carrier proccing on like your melee team? And when is it more beneficial for you to stay back and just do a little bit more crowd control? I know we were pretty like tight and contested up here, so we were able to get quite a bit of damage. Where are we at? So we actually have 17,000 hero damage, which isn't bad considering most of it is going to be coming from our melee auto attacks. But that's one of those things you always have to worry about as like a melee support is where is that balance of, you know, fighting and doing auto attack damage or fighting by staying in the back. Hopefully we can make it here in time. I love you, baby girl. Sorry. I tried. So they're going to go ahead and camp. We should camp as well to counterbalance them. Just going to go ahead and try to camp here. Friends. 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 I don't think this is going to be worth it if they don't contest and help me. Oh, my life, friends. Friends. I loved you. Because this is essentially what they're trying to do to us on the opposite side. And if we can get this taken care of, then that means we'll have this potentially down whilst we contest. Hello, team. They have all the skulls. So we want to be very careful here. We're going to go ahead and get our universal carrier procced. That way it's ready and we have our cooldown for when the team fight inevitably starts. Okay, we did dodge the slow there. Whoa, boys! We're outie! We're outie! Friends! Get the slows off. Get out of here. Maybe we don't want to get out of there. We'll stay in here, Joanna. I got you, baby girl. Get him, boys! Silenced! She was silenced! That's okay. We did get a nice pick there, and that's going to be a wipe for the team. Go ahead and push core. Core. We can core. Perfect. Get him. And we're going to go ahead and just increase our shove speed and whatnot. Friends! Core! Core. You could have cored! Oh, my life. Guys, we could have cored there. We still can. If Murky solos this core, I'm going to be a little sad. Either way, this one's kind of in the bags. But that's one of those kind of mistakes where that could totally switch the tides of battle. Fortunately, our Murky did keep the pressure up while everybody was still down here trying to get the disadvantage that we had with that objective was not worth it at all. We could have finished while they were all down, and then we went ahead and collected all the skulls, and we're still at a disadvantage. So that team wipe, we should have finished it by coring. There's no point in fighting for, like, this particular map. There's no point in not trying to get your core damage, especially if you're at that big of a disadvantage. We're going to want to go all bot. And we want to stay down here.
You will need to gather more skulls than
no, friends, please don't. Why do you do this to me, friends? We're just gonna get our universal carrier going on because I know bad things are gonna happen. Give me those sweet auto attacks. So as you can tell, level 20, we are hitting right at 600, which is disgusting. If somebody comes up and tries to contest you, like, there will be damages. I wish we would have cored there because it would have been an easy win. But you know what? All's fair, love, and war. We're just going to keep this guy active. Oh, baby girl, I love you! That is what it be.
For now.
Okay. So we got some decoy eggs up top here from Murky. I love, like, the little icon they have. It's just the sticky tongue. Makes me happy. We want to stick all together. Let's go ahead and get this. Get that universal donor going around. Keep our healing active as much as possible. We are doing very okay. We are keeping up with the... Oh boy. Here we go, boys. Here we go. Now is our time to shine. Get him! Popped him like a zit. There we go. That's a take. That's a take. Get some damages off there. I see you rotating in the back. I see you rotate. Get him. There we go. That's game. Core. Core. Core, friends. Nothing else matters. GG, friends. That was a solid game. We had a decent communication. The only one thing that I would say is kind of a fail on our part was the fact that we didn't just core right when their whole team was down, but it is what it be. So far I'm definitely enjoying Stukov, as I mentioned pretty frequently in this match. Holy moly. I'm stuttering a little bit right here at the end. I'm trying to culminate all my thoughts. So we'll go ahead and tab real quick before we close out of this so we can check our talents. Fine, we can't check our talents, maybe. I don't know why. We weren't able to check our talents there, but I'll go ahead and outline them on our little level-y-do. So at level 1, we went ahead and went with Growing Infestation, which allows our arm to, or our, our abilities, our Lurking Arm, holy moly. It allows our Lurking Arm to cover more distance. Then we also went with Biotic Armor because that helps reduce the damage people are going to take whilst they have our Healing Pathogen active. And once again, we went ahead with Within My Reach, so we could continue to harass the Lei Ming, which we didn't really do super successfully, but that was the goal behind that talent. It allows you to get in the back lines and keep those spellcasters from doing extra damage. Level 10, we took Massive Shove as we could isolate one enemy and stun them, push them out completely out of the fight, thus putting the enemy team at a disadvantage. We went ahead and went with Lingering Spikes because that allows the damage and I believe the silence, or not the damage and silence. Yeah, the damage and silence in that particular area, to stay active even after you cancel. That way you can reposition yourself really strategically. Then we went ahead with Universal Carrier as that allows us to continually have our healing up, which makes your life easier. And then just finished off with Push Comes Shove because it's faster, you can do it more often, blah, 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 blah. Let me know what you guys think of Stukov so far as how he's going to fit in the meta, how he's going to fit into the game. I'm interested to see what kind of strategies are going to come out of here. We're probably going to see the meta, hopefully, I'm hoping at least, switch to more of those bruisier fighter team compositions with Stukov players on there. So it does create a little bit more of that versatility where we had a lot of range with one tank, as you had characters like Malthael that would really destroy those teams. This is kind of a counter to Malthael in a sense, which is really cool to see. I'm liking the balance. I'm loving what Blizzard is doing so far, and I'm starting to ramble. So thank you guys once again for joining me. I'm going to let you guys go on your merry little way. We love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Toodles!